something after parting ways with Kanji.
This is pointless.
Still wandering aimlessly through the school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not because the invisible wall keeps getting in the way. I spot another window and reach towards it.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
Didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. Just as I put my hands back, the PS system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone to the trouble to correct their oversights means that limiting our movement must be very important to them. They don't want to let us escape. So that's probably mean that there's something waiting up ahead that they place there for me. I follow the path dictated by the invisible walls until I reach a classroom. Is this where they want me to go?
Akihiko, you're all right. Then again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it.
What I found inside the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally, running into her would be a great relief since it would give me a capable ally. But since the stupid PR rules are in effect, that isn't the case here.
You're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes the bit of declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turned on. I already knew who I'd be seeing. It's the general.
Ta-da! Well, this is about to get real interesting. An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
It certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intention of fighting against Mitsuru, but we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we would allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But oddly, when I look back toward Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Get my fears of losing others, huh? As Mitsuru well knows, I have lost countless things until now. That anxiety that I've buried somewhere in my heart may strike at me any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bring up something like that at a time like this. It'd be obvious to any friends of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight. Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sounds to me like she means it.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. It's fine though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Those who encounter one another must fight, and only the victor may proceed. Since the rule still stands, we've got to fight, then remove any choice we had. I tend to face Mitsuru once
There were
again.
a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan, to test my skills. And you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon, though.
Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. The tension of battle sends a tingle through all the muscle in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru!
Ice Queen versus Protein Junkie.
Final.
Presenting the proud hero, Mitsuru Kirito! One round after another, Mitsuru gets kicked! What an amazing! This must be that! An explosive final round! Victory is theirs!
Battle is over. I glanced down at Mitsuru. She keeps her firm expression and opened her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute me.
Mitsuru gave me a smirk. That's the Mitsuru I know. So her old behavior prior to the fight was all the general's work. I wonder.
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
I knew it. Of course, I have no memories of saying such thing because I didn't see them. The general probably got some trick that robs the opponent reality so that good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion. I don't understand how it all works, but there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Mitsuru and I turned toward the Minotaur and smugly smiled at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred and his opponent.
How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering? Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
After the general's glowers at us, the communication cut off. Suffer, huh? The general was going on about making us suffer earlier. Is that why he has all fighting here? To make us suffer? Then why would he steal Labrys?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I give her a summary of everything I've figured out to this point. Since Mitsuru Persona has a search ability, I'm sure she's been able to get much more information than I have. She seems to already know everything that I've discovered, so Mitsuru then fills me in on what she's learned. I guess to see if though neither of us has encountered her. All the high school students in the commercial seems to be Persona users, and the general seems to be gathering Persona user into this world. Unfortunately, neither of us know what his intentions are. And more importantly, where's Labrys?
Did you find Labrys?
Igus seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what this could be about right now. This place is a school, but it's still just a copy of a school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Labrys. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Damn it. Mitsuru cast down her eyes as if reliving the peak. A great portion of Ergo research data was lost because of the action of a former researcher. He was the mastermind behind the event 3 years ago. All of this must be mortifying for Mitsuru. That man is the reason why her family was taken from her.
If that was truly Labrys, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Igus in terms of mimesis.
Sure, Igus's sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Labrys was stolen? The general seemed to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Labrys wants. He actually may in fact be Labrys.
It's possible that Labrys regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
I can't deny that possibility right now, but there is something else I do know.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
Mitsuru's always been like this. Imagines worst case scenarios that haven't even happened yet and burdens herself coming up with contingency plan based on them. Even though it doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Something we need that hard-headedness, but there's no a time and a place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, alright?
As Mitsuru said those words, her expression softened a bit. It seems that I've been able to reach her.
Of course not.
Mitsuru has grown as well. She's changed since that battle 3 years ago. Now that I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then. None of us have remained standing in the past. We all change. But wait, with Mitsuru and hurry up on ahead. According to Mitsuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. The enemy is waiting for the encounter with us as well. Well, that's one which I won't mind granting at all. Just as I reached the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctured the atmosphere. Someone on a rampage with a persona? No, that's not it. It's the sort of sound that a massive object creates upon impact. I hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There are no invisible walls that prevent me from making my way toward the sound, and I finally reach my destination.
Announcement room. Here we go.
Monitors and PA system must be controlled from this room. Grab the door handle, but it won't open. This is definitely from those invisible walls, however, it's just an ordinary door. Sorry if there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. I smashed through the door and entered the room.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
Everyone inside immediately wheels around to face me. There are two female students before me. One of them I recognize from the video, but the other is an unfamiliar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks like a regular person aside from all her mechanical parts. It's Labrys. And General Teddy.
So it wasn't Labrys after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's glaring at me, begins to change. Doesn't time I've watched this.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labrys.
Well, this is completely unexpected. Can't even come up with reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of his illusion? No, if that were true, what I'm seeing would be more direct assault on my inner thoughts. I start inventing and discarding possible reason for what's happening. Eventually, I just cast aside all my theories. I take a deep breath and calm myself. What is my objective? I was summoned to retrieve Labrys and to prevent any danger from spreading. It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, or 21 of her. My initial objective are unaffected, and I will give everything I have to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
I tell both of them as they maliciously stare daggers at me.